Hi, this is Tony Lin. Welcome to my video. So since the beginning of this pandemic, I have been seeing from time to time the mainstream media and the government ever since this vaccine is distributed, they keep downplaying the vaccine side effects. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you a story. This is actually not a story, it's a reality that an NBA player, his name is he is from Atlantic Hawks. His name is Brandon Goodwin. And he actually, after he took the jab 6 months, about 5 or 6 months ago, he actually got a severe side effect, a blood clot. And so he couldn't play basketball anymore. And at the time, the Atlantic Hawks told the media he actually tried to cover up and they didn't want the people to know this is the side effect from vaccine. And Atlantic Hawks covered this up and told the media that this is some minor respiratory issues. And actually this is the side effect from the vaccine. This is very interesting. Like since the beginning of these so-called vaccine, we see from the time to time, not just the mainstream media, big pharma and the government and the doctor and the expert, they keep saying, oh, they discredited all kind of side effect, even without seeing the patient, and even without seeing this, for example, this NBA player. A lot of people already discredited, this couldn't be the side effect. And how did you know? No, I haven't seen any doctor. They could give a diagnosis without seeing the patient. If that is true, why don't you just close all the doctor's office and that the doctor do the remote diagnosis and without even asking question to the patient. I don't even maybe I don't know when the doctor developed such a superpower. They can give the diagnosis without seeing the patient, without asking the question to the patient. They already know the result. So yeah, this is very interesting. Like, if the vaccine is safe and effective, then why do you need to cover up? That is my question. And the rational people will also have the same question. However, there are some people, they are brainwashed by the mainstream media. Because the mainstream media and the big pharma keep saying the vaccine is effective and safe, and so they believe that this vaccine is actually safe and effective without actually look at the data themselves, and without actually the media is trying to cover up a lot of side effect news. And if the vaccine, I want to, if you are fully brainwashed by the mainstream media, I want to ask you a question. What is the, what kind of evidence and the data you see so that you conclude this vaccine is safe and effective? Don't tell me this is because the CDC is saying, don't tell me the big pharma is saying so. They don't have the data. In fact, I have made a video about the Singapore's data. So Singapore has 80% from the between the first COVID wave and the second COVID wave. they start the vaccination and they reach 80% fully vaccination rate, which is very high. However, compared with the first wave to the second wave, first wave, the second wave, the confirmed cases is 3 times higher, and the confirmed death is more than 10 times higher. So if you fully believe in vaccine, I want to ask you a question. And how do you explain that after 80% of a fully vaccination in Singapore, the death rate is 10 times, and the confirmed cases is 3 times higher? And still, some people give all kinds of absurd excuses. Like I saw the comment, like people think the Singapore after the 80% vaccination, the cases are higher is because during the first wave, the Singapore was closing, during the lockdown, and the second wave they open up. And even if that is true, have you ever checked the England data? We know that England, during the COVID breakout and when the cases are still high, they actually open up from a lockdown, and you see the cases going down. So people just brainwashed by the mainstream media, saying that there is no single evidence to support these vaccines working. I'm telling you, you can see a lot of studies saying, oh, the vaccine is 95% effective and like 100% effective to prevent death. Those numbers are selected by the big pharma, so they just play the data game. Like whenever they see a data fit their result, they pick those data from the entire data pool. So just for example, if they did a study for 100 people, and later they only select the 10 people to show you the result. They select the 10 people from these 100 people, so that they want to show whatever their result they want to show you. Because these studies are sponsored, or it is actually done by the big pharma. Imagine you are selling a vaccine. Why would you show a study that saying that your vaccine is not effective? Of course, they're going to manipulate with the data. Let's say, just like I give the example before, they can in the study they show you the result from the maybe 1,000 people. But they can they didn't tell you is that they actually did the study for 10,000 people, and they only select the 1,000 people to show you the result. Without telling you that initially they select the 10,000 people to do the study. So they can do whatever to manipulate, to select the data to fit their propaganda, to fit their to promote, then to selling more vaccines. So and also we see the government and the CDC, they are doing the same. And if you don't believe me, check other CDC's study. And a lot of CDC's study, for example, one of the study, they show you the they claim that the vaccine effectiveness is better than natural immune, which is already false, and which is already disproved by the Israel study. And still in that study, they select just couple hundred people in Kentucky. I mean, CDC has the access to the data to the entire country, at least the entire country in the United States. Why they only pick a couple hundred people, like 200 or 300 people from the Kentucky? That is weird, right? Then of course it's easy to select some patient that to show you that vaccine effectiveness is higher than the reality. So this is how CDC to manipulate with the data and how the big pharma to play with the data. They didn't tell you. So that is why, again, there is no single evidence to show you this vaccine is working. And actually, many evidence and proof to show you this vaccine is not only didn't work, like in Singapore. After they took the vaccine, the cases gone higher. So it is not only didn't work, it's actually you will after you take the vaccine, you will get the COVID easily and more likely to die. So if you want to take the vaccine, you might as well just take the cell line. It is even if you take the cell line, the effectiveness is better than taking the vaccine itself. So yeah, so today I want to show you this is the true news from the Atlantic. This is from let me show you the article from the talkbasket.net. This is article. Let me show you the former Hawks guard claims a COVID-19 vaccine caused the blood clot that ended his NBA season. This happened last season, and I already told you earlier. Last season, Atlanta Hawks point guard Brandon Goodwin had to end his season prematurely due to a minor respiratory condition. Because of the health issue, he missed the playoff and was unable to help the team. And in a recent Twitch live stream, the 26-year-old guard revealed that the cause of his health problem was a COVID-19 vaccine. According to him, it was discovered that the blood clot developed in his body that caused him the back pain. So the blood clot is one of the side effects. Officially, even CDC is saying this, and I know this player Brandon Goodwin, he took the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and one of the side effects described by the CDC is blood clot. So this is his accusation is not based on nothing, because a lot of people already have this blood clot side effect. And also keep in mind this blood clot happened about 6 months ago. And 6 months ago, the Atlantic Hawks told him not to disclose this is the vaccine side effect. That is weird. Why everyone is covering up the truth? If the vaccine is really safe and effective, why not just then you don't really care about the people actually disclose the truth, because these are my very little numbers of people. It's like we never see this before. Imagine like they are I know the car accident, we can see a lot of car accident every day, but on the news every day, but we know the chance of having on us is very little. So that even we hear a lot of car accident news every day, we are not worried about this will happen on me. The same thing is for the vaccine, right? Even if a lot of side effects happen every day, that doesn't mean these side effects will happen on me. Why you censor? Why you want to cover up the side effect event? I don't understand. Just like people don't cover up the car accident news, right? Then there's you're doing what you're doing is make the people to believe the vaccine is really dangerous. That is why you need to cover up. So, and also keep in mind these vaccine side effects happened on this player Brandon Goodwin about 5 months ago, and until today he hasn't recovered. Let me play this video. This is from the YouTube. He actually, let me show you this paragraph. He said, "I got sick. I never quite recovered from it. I would always have back pain." So not only this side effect from the vaccine, it's not a short term. Imagine even if you get the COVID itself, most people recover, and maybe some people that get the long COVID. However, the side effect from the vaccine could be a long time side effect as well. It's already 6 months and he hasn't recovered. And imagine he is the NBA players. He could not play the game anymore, and his career, I don't know how long he's going to need, how much time he need to cure this blood clot. But obviously, if he doesn't find a way to cure his blood clot, he will have trouble. He is in big trouble because his career will be over, and this is the end for the NBA player. It's a very serious event, and why the media don't want you to know, I don't understand. This is very serious. Imagine this is if you are a construction worker, and after you take the vaccine and you have the blood clot and you cannot work anymore. This is very serious, right? And you cannot work in the construction because it's hard work, right? You need to work. You need to move a lot of heavy things every day, and this will prevent you from doing the work, and then you can put the money on the table to buy the food. This is very serious. Why the media cover up this issue? This is insanity. The big pharma just extended their power everywhere, and including all the mainstream media, trying to cover up, even extend to the Atlanta Hawks. They told this player not to disclose the detail about his disease, and saying this is the minor respiratory issue. This is not, even this is the respiratory issue, it's not minor. He could not play anymore. So, and also keep in mind, this guy is an NBA player. He makes millions of dollars. They don't like it's not like an average American or average person, right? Every person, they don't make millions of dollars, so he can get a better treatment than most average people. And still, after 5 months, after 6 months, still his blood clot issue is not resolved. This is a really big red flag, because if he has $1 million, he couldn't even resolve the issue by looking for help from the doctor. How could you expect the average person, if you get a blood clot and you can resolve this blood clot issue easily, right? If you are a construction worker and you have a blood clot, you cannot work anymore. Not only you cannot work anymore, you have a blood clot, you have pain. Like this NBA player, he has serious back pain, and he couldn't even resolve this issue. He, as rich as he is, he make millions of dollars. He couldn't resolve his issue in 5 or 6 months. How could you expect average American or average people to recover? So this is a very serious issue, and we can see the mainstream media, the reaction about this always a downplay of the vaccine side effect. I don't know what is the point. If the vaccine is safe and effective, why you want to downplay? Because it's naturally very little cases of side effect. You don't need to downplay those cases, because naturally this is your claim of a vaccine is safe and effective, then you don't have to downplay the vaccine side effect news. So, and also let me show you this. I'll show you that the blood, how can you look up the vaccine side effect from the CDC's VAERS database about the blood clot issue. So again, I'll include all the links in my video, so you can actually go to the CDC's VAERS database. VAERS is a database for CDC's to store the vaccine side effect report. So you can see a lot of people actually reported this blood clot issue from the COVID-19 vaccine. I didn't make this up. If you don't believe me, go ahead to look up the data from the VAERS database. So here is the VAERS database. After you click I agree and click the VAERS data search. And here, the first section, you want to select the VAERS ID. Because VAERS ID, if you learn the database before, the VAERS ID is the unique ID to identify each unique event for the vaccine side effect. And you want to check this adverse event description. And when you select the symptom, you have to select there is a medical term for thrombosis is standing for the blood clot. So you need to select the thrombosis. And then at the third section, you have to select the COVID-19 vaccine. And after that, just click this send button. And here, as you can see, it says that there are 3,203 total events for thrombosis from the COVID-19 vaccine. And I didn't make this up, but this is from the CDC's VAERS database. And a lot of mainstream media, they just downplayed these data from the VAERS database. Even this is from the CDC, saying these data are not verified. In fact, CDC, this is the CDC's database. You have the duty and because you are the manager of this database, you have to, if you if people report a side effect, you have a responsibility to verify data. And now, because you're not verify this data, so people, the mainstream media use this as a reason to discredit the data from the VAERS. This is just insane. Like, why you don't care about the side effect from the vaccine? And if CDC really cares about your health and my health, and when the people submit the report to your database, you didn't do a follow-up. Let's say, oh, I have some blood clot and I report this side effect to CDC, and the CDC just receive your data, and later there's no follow-up. Then what is the point to submit the data? If you're not going to use this data and verify the data, then what is the point you have these VAERS database? And then you have the CDC has doctors and has a lot of doctors and vaccine expert. They can work on this database, right, to verify the data, so that this database will be a valuable database to improve the vaccines, to be so experts can really use this database to do the research, right? And so we can use this data maybe to improve the vaccine. So then if you truly care about the public health, then why don't you verify the data? And now the mainstream media, when people say, oh my God, there are so many thrombosis blood clot event in this VAERS database, and the mainstream media, instead of telling CDC to verify the data, they say that because the data is not verified, so you cannot use this VAERS database say that the vaccine is dangerous. That's because you didn't verify. So, and also a lot of people discredit the VAERS database using all kinds of absurd excuse. And actually, the data here is very complete. Let me just show you some random cases. You can see here the VAERS database. The patient age is 79 years old. Sex is female. Date vaccinated 2021 January 9th. Wow. They died 2021 January 12th. I didn't make this up. I mean, I just pick a random thrombosis case from the blood clot cases from the VAERS, and as you can see, yeah, this patient actually died after 3 days taking the vaccine. The data is very complete here. Check again. The vaccine type is a COVID-19 vaccine. They have manufacturer is Pfizer, BioNTech. They even have a lot number here. First dose. They say the first one means the first dose. It's very complete data. So next time when you see the mainstream media trying to discredit the VAERS database by saying that, oh, the data is not complete and the data not verified, and tell the mainstream media the data is very complete, the context is there, and the problem is that the CDC, they don't do their job to verify. So this is very simple things to do. If you are CDC, you receive this report from the patient, then just contact the patient's relative or contact the patient's doctor, hey, saying, hey, we want to verify if this really happened and you can provide more information about this case. To verify the data, how hard, how difficult is that? I mean, if you don't see, hey, Dr. Fauci, if you don't want to do your job as a in CDC, then don't stay in CDC. Get the out, right? There are many people, they want to verify these CDC's data. If you don't want to do the job, don't stay in the CDC, get the off, right? So as you can see, there are many symptoms here, right? I'm not going to, as you can see, there are heart rate increase, all kinds of symptoms here. I'm not going to all the detail. But obviously, this is very complete data, and still mainstream media just, they always want to cover up the side effect of the vaccine. And also, the big pharma always in denial that there is no side effect, the vaccine is safe and effective. No, not only the vaccine is not safe according to the VAERS data, and also the vaccine is not effective according to the Singapore's data. After Singapore take 80% of the vaccine, the death case is actually 10 times more. If you don't believe, check the data yourself, right? Check my previous video and go to check those data yourself. Here you can see the adverse event description. Resident had a seizure, like actively followed by a vagal response with large bowel movement. Resident then began to show sign of a blood clot to left lower extremity. No pedal pulse, area on leg were to touch. Left lower leg now cold to touch, stiff, purple and white in color. No other sign of modeling. Body warm to touch, no fever noted. Respiration and pulse increased with low oxygen level. Resident not responding to the stimuli. So they even include the medication at the time of vaccination. This is a very detailed data. How come the mainstream media is insane, like trying to discredit the VAERS data? Yeah, even if this data is enough for the CDC to start the investigation. Actually, they can do an interview to the doctor and to the nurse and to the patient's relative, and you can verify the data in just 1 or 2 days. And why you don't verify data? It's because if you verify this data and the patient's relative know that you are actually doing your job, and they will tell other people to submit the adverse event report, then more people will submit the adverse event report, then it will overwhelm your system, and also the people will know that this vaccine is truly dangerous. That is why CDC, they are not willing to do anything about this data. Yeah, so if you don't believe me, do a thrombosis search on the VAERS database. You can see all kinds of problems from this vaccine, from real people. And also, before I finish today's video, I want to show you one more thing. So this is how you report the VAERS data. You can see you have to include the patient information, reporter information, facility information, vaccine information, additional information. This is very detailed data, right? If you look at this form, this is only one form for the patient's information. You have to enter all kinds of data, including the personal information, including the date of birth and the side effect that started and the vaccination date, and all kinds of medical information as well. And if you look down to here, there's a warning. Let me read it for you. Knowingly filing a false VAERS report with the intent to mislead the Department of the Health and the Human Service is a violation of the federal law. They even list the exact law you violated, and punishable by fine and imprisonment. So mainstream media saying that the VAERS data is fake. That is not true, because there is a consequence if you enter the fake data to the VAERS database. As you can see, you could be punished. You are punishable by fine and even imprisonment. Then why would I want to risk myself to enter some fake data? And I don't get any benefit from entering the fake data. And imagine you just waste a lot of time to enter. This is just one form. You have to enter all kinds of information. Why would anyone to risk their money and life in jail to enter the fake data? The mainstream media is just insane. In order to cover up the side effect event, they could do anything and everything, and that is why that is why I think it's very dangerous to take the vaccine, because they never want you to know the truth, because you never know how much side effect event they actually cover up. So yeah, this is today's video, and a lot of people still brainwashed by the mainstream media. So I need the help from you by sharing the truth and sharing my video to more and more people. So some people, I hope they can wake up from these cover up by the mainstream media and the big pharma and even our government. These vaccines, the side effect is really dangerous and serious, and still a lot of mainstream media just downplay and cover up the side effect. This means the more they want to cover up, that shows this vaccine could be really dangerous. So have an amazing day. I'll see you soon on my next video. Bye.